Hey everyone, I'm just doing another flip through of my December daily, and I'm just going to go ahead and flip to the 7th. I hope that this is in frame. There we go. So this is the 7th. This was last Monday, and we didn't really do, we did stuff, but nothing super festive, I guess you could say. We just went to Chick-fil-A, and one of my chicken nuggets looked like a reindeer, and so I took a picture of that and journaled about it, and then we went to the park. And then this is just a photo of my son sitting on our coffee table watching E.T. See if I can get that to focus. He was so cute. And then a photo of the outside of our house. And we have since added more, but it looked really pretty this night. So we just decided to take a picture. Moving on to the 8th, we went to the Space Coast Light Fest, and here is our ticket stub right here. And this is just one of the bigger parks that we have in the area. They close it off during the month of December and fill it with giant Christmas lights, and you just drive through. And we actually drove through 3 different times, and it took us about 20 minutes to drive through each time. And the boys loved it, and they kept letting us drive through, so we did. And every time we drove through, we saw something new, and it was just really cool. And so there was a prompt here for favorite Christmas songs, and I need to fix this because it says, "Oh Mary, did you know?" and I think it's just "Mary, did you know?" So I'm gonna fix that. Here is the 9th. We went to Fort Christmas, which is in Christmas, Florida, and it's an actual town, and its name is Christmas, Florida. And then the reason that its name is Christmas, Florida is when they established this fort, when they arrived to start building, it was Christmas Day. So when they started building the fort, they just decided to call it Fort Christmas. And because the fort was there, they named the town Christmas. So here's just a map of the fort and the grounds, and then the cover of the informational pamphlet. And then just some photos. And then afterwards we went to the post office, and a lot of people come from really far away to mail their Christmas cards from here because of these little stamps that they have, and because of right here, this is like the regional stamp, when you mail your cards out, what they stamp it with. And here's a better picture of like the novelty stamps. So we just mailed off a postcard while we were there. And then here's some journaling about the day. So that's what it looks like from afar. Probably one of my favorite spreads, just because it was one of my favorite days. And then this day, I had the kids paint. And the direction I gave was to just dip your finger in paint like this, and then just dab it into the circles. I had pre-made these little circles. And you can see my youngest, Emmett, he listened very well. And my oldest, Hunter, did not listen very well. He just went a little crazy. And that's fine. I love it. I love that I can visually see the differences in my 2 kids. And I just love that a lot. And this is the actual painting. It's just construction paper. And then I just put it in here so that we could, keep it in this little album. Now this day is the day that my dad's mom passed away, my grandmother, and she'd been sick for a while, and we went to go see her for the last time right before we moved down here. I think it was Easter weekend was the last time we saw her, and it was hard seeing her in the hospital like that, and we kind of knew the diagnosis, what was going to happen. So this is the day that she passed away, and so this side is going to be dedicated to her. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet because I'm still kind of processing what has happened. And she lived in New Jersey, and so I can't go to the funeral, and it is really hard for me not to be able to be there for my dad, especially because he's one of my favorite humans. And so I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this yet, but we did do something special for Hunter. Emmett had a sleepover at his grandfather's house, so we had just Hunter this night, and we took him to downtown Melbourne in Florida, and took him to go see the Christmas tree, and they had like a little festival set up, and we just, you know, spent the evening with him and had some fun with him. But I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this and how I'm going to how I'm going to decorate that. So this is Saturday. We did a lot this day. As you can see, there's a ton of pictures and a ton of journaling, and this is probably another one of my favorite layouts just because it just looks really cohesive. We took Hunter to Lowe's to do the Build and Grow where he built a train, and then they had Santa there, and so after he built his train, he took it up to Santa to show him. And my son, he doesn't do Santa. He'll look at him from afar, but the second you take him up to meet him or to talk to him, he just gets really shy and just walks away. He doesn't want to have anything to do with him. So for him to walk up to him and take a picture with him and get into his lap and talk to him was a really big deal. And I actually almost started crying in the middle of Lowe's because I was just so proud of him for overcoming his fear. And I think he was really proud of himself too. So afterwards we went to Starbucks and celebrated, and he's just licking the whipped cream off my husband's drink. And then later that night we went to a boat parade, which you can see here, and this is the moon. How pretty is that? And then after that we went to another event. We had picked up Emmett, and we took him to another little town in Viera and took them to go see the Christmas tree there. And they had Santa and carriage rides and stuff, but it was just really crowded, and my kids just don't do well with waiting, so we just skipped that. And then here's a picture of Emmett looking in the fountain, and then a selfie of Timothy and I in front of the tree. So I thought that was really sweet. And then here is the 13th. I didn't do anything. I don't even think I got out of my pajamas all day. But my husband went Christmas shopping, and my mother-in-law, she went to help her sister-in-law out for the day. And my mother-in-law lives with us, and I love it. And we can split the bills, so that kind of helps out. But they were both gone, and I had the kids, and when, you know, they slept most of the day because they were both so tired from Saturday, neither one of them napped. So they slept a good chunk of the day. So my husband brought home lunch at Starbucks, and I'm just using the leftover remnants of this Starbucks bag here. And then I also used some ephemera from a Michaels collection right here, and then some Heidi Swapp stuff. And then this is a cut apart sheet from a Mambi Christmas line this year, and then this is from Michaels as well. And I really like this too. I think the spreads that are like completely covered, like this one I like, and it's simple, but when it's like this, when it's completely covered, I just really like that. I think it looks really full and really fun and fresh, and I just really like it a lot. So and then the 14th was yesterday. I don't know why it's in like this little section of the week, because I thought they were divided out by weeks, like Monday through Friday, but I guess not, because the 14th is in with this, so I'm not really sure. And then I did do some stamping right here with some stamps that I had, but I'm gonna show you how thick it is right now. So that's how thick it is. It's getting there. It's gonna be pretty chunky by the end. And I'll just do a quick flip through of the entire album so you can see the cohesiveness of the entire album together. I haven't filled this out yet. And you can see I'm getting more comfortable as the weeks go by, because this and this have barely any embellishments on it at all. And then the further into the project that I get more comfortable with sticking stuff down. At the beginning, you can tell I was I was beginning to understand that the paper was very thin, and I didn't think it was going to hold up, and I was weary about continuing the project, but I decided, you can tell on the 4th, to just keep going for it. And and I just kept trucking along and dealing with it. Right here is some tissue paper that I'm using for this year. I plan on doing the same thing for our wrapping paper. I want to take a piece of all of the wrapping paper that we are using this year, just so that we can have an idea of the kind of paper that was popular this year. But this is the Sugar Paper LA tissue paper from Target that I'm using. So there you go. There's a flip through of my second week in December of my December daily. Alright guys, thanks so much. Bye.